What if I told you the Minecraft ocean isn't just water? It's a graveyard. A massive advanced civilization used to live on the surface until the Great Flood forced them underwater. Today, we are exploring the dark, tragic history of the Water Faction and their desperate fight for survival. We know the ancient builders fled to the end, and some hid in the deep dark. But what happened to the ones who tried to sail away? This is the third faction. They didn't build portals. They built a fleet. Look at the ocean ruins. They are made of stone brick and magma blocks. These were once cities on land, until the water rose. They tried to outrun the Wither, but they couldn't outrun the flood. Their civilization didn't disappear. It just sank. They built these monuments as safe havens, but a fortress is useless without guards to protect it. Stop looking at the Guardians for a second. Look at the walls. Prismarine isn't stone. If you watch it closely, it shifts color. It pulses. The ocean monument wasn't built brick by brick. It was grown. The ancient builders used biological engineering to create a living fortress that could repair itself. That's why the Guardians have eyes. They aren't robots. They are the monument's immune system. You aren't raiding a temple. You are inside a stomach. The Guardians handled the intruders, but the builders themselves needed a weapon to fight the rising tide. You can craft a diamond sword. You can craft netherite, but you cannot craft a trident. It is the only weapon in Minecraft that is lost technology. The Water Faction builders knew how to forge them using Prismarine and Heart of the Sea, but the blueprints drowned with them. That's why only drowned hold them. They are the fallen soldiers of the evacuation fleet, still clutching their weapons. It wasn't just a spear. With channeling, it commanded the sky. It was their ultimate weapon against the Wither. But now it's just a relic. It was the ultimate weapon, but no weapon could stop the flood, or the horrifying mutation that came with it. Stop calling them zombies. They are entirely different. Drop a normal zombie in the ocean, it sinks to the bottom. It can't swim. But the drowned, they glide. They are the ancient builders of the Water Faction. When the Great Flood hit, they adapted to the ocean, but lost their minds in the process. Notice what they hold in their offhand. A nautilus shell. It's the core ingredient to craft a conduit. They were desperately trying to build oxygen machines as their cities sank, but they ran out of time. The magic kept their bodies alive, but the builders are gone. They were mutating, drowning. As their humanity slipped away, they tried to build one final desperate machine to save themselves. You can't mine it. You can't craft it. You have to dig up their graves to find it. The Heart of the Sea is the most misunderstood item in Minecraft. It isn't a gem. It's a battery. A piece of raw, ancient magic used for their final survival project. When encased in a prismarine frame, it doesn't just turn on, it wakes up. It literally opens an eye. The conduit wasn't just a beacon, it was a life support system. An artificial sun meant to keep the dark ocean at bay and let them breathe. The artificial suns failed. The Water Faction was officially dead. But before the very last builder drowned, they left us a gift. Why are the eggs of an ancient land dinosaur buried at the bottom of the ocean? If you brush the suspicious sand inside ocean ruins, you don't find weapons. You find sniffer eggs. The Water Faction builders knew the Great Flood was going to wipe them out. They knew they couldn't save themselves, so they created literal time capsules. They packed the eggs of their most gentle giants into the sand, hoping someone in the future would find them. They didn't just save the sniffer. They saved the ancient torchflower seeds buried inside them. The builders drowned, but because of them, the sniffer gets to walk the earth again. The builders are gone, but because of them, the sniffer lives on. But what about the builders who didn't drown? What about the ones who fled to the freezing north? Subscribe, because next week we uncover the frozen curse.